Hello, good morning. Welcome to Australia and welcome to Australian Book Travels. We are on the road to a notable Victorian gold rush town called Inglewood. Located approximately 185 kilometres northwest of Melbourne and 45 kilometres northwest of Bendigo, Inglewood is the largest town in the Shire of Loddon. With a population of approximately 1,060 and an average rainfall of 460 millimetres per year, Inglewood boasts a hospital, chemist, community bank, supermarket and various antique shops and cafes. Before we walk through the streets and visit one of the antique shops known to house a good collection of second-hand books, we'll drive through the town and head to the Old Jones Eucalyptus Oil Distillery.
Oh, I see. Right.
Good morning, everyone. Well, that was a lovely day in Inglewood yesterday. We got to see lots. We walked around. Even though it was cloudy, it was rather humid. So we did get a little bit hot walking around. We went to Inglewood for another reason, but that is yet to be revealed. That will be revealed next Saturday. So look out for that video. It was exciting times. But another of the reasons I went was because there was an antiques shop there that sells secondhand books, and they are always in good condition. Very rarely do they sell anything that's not, and they have a good range, as you probably will see in the video or have seen in the video. It's it's a lovely little shop. So the books, I just wanted to go through these with you just very quickly. I've had to put my reading glasses on, I'm so sorry. Agatha Christie, the Listerdale Mystery, and Hickory Dickory Dock. I don't think I've ever read the Listerdale Mystery. I'm not too sure, but I'll find out when I read it. And Hickory Dickory Dock I read many years ago, but look, I have lost a lot of my copies of Agatha Christie. I've probably given them away over the years, or they've gone missing when I've moved. So I always pick up copies of Agatha Christie. Dean and Sons Publishers used to publish children's classics in hardcover. Many of you may have seen these. The titles in the series are on the back here. What Katie Did, Little Women, Moby Dick, Black Beauty, a whole range. There's probably 50 or 60 of them. Of course, Charles Dickens is one of my favourite authors, and Great Expectations is probably one of my favourite novels. So I always try to pick up an edition of some description. And yeah, I will read it. I always read my editions. I don't just collect them, I read them. I like to see whether there's anything different or whether there's, the publishers have perhaps published errors or things like that. So that's always interesting. Anyway, beautiful books if you can pick them up. They're great for young ones and they're really good for adults. Like I say, and I think I've said in previous videos, children's books, young ones, young adult books are not exclusive, and they are not prohibited. They don't prohibit adults reading them. It's always good to just to keep in the groove with things. Well, that's probably not a word now, the groove. It was in my day, but anyway. The ones that I really wanted to show you, these are now Australian books, Australian children's books or so. This is the Dreamtime, Australian Aboriginal Myths in Paintings by Ainsley Roberts. This is a series. I think there's about 6 or 8 in the series. I want to collect them because I think they're just beautiful. I think they were published in 1975. I'm just trying to look. I say 75. Why did I say 75? No, first published in 1965. That's probably where I got the 5 from. 1965. If any of you know of the Dreamtime, or if you don't, now is the time to learn about it, find out about it. They just have such beautiful myths and legends in the Dreamtime, and they give an explanation through their stories of how the earth came about and how different animals came about. They're just beautiful, really beautiful myths and legends. It does say in the front here, which I must read you, I just noticed, as I haven't read this one before, to the brown people who handed down these Dreamtime myths. That is absolutely beautiful. But I'll show you. I grew up with some of these myths. My mum was very interested in Dreamtime, and I think I have a children's book that tells some of the myths and legends of Dreamtime. It will be packed away somewhere, and I really must get it out. But here's just one. There's a painting. I don't know if you can see that. And then on the other side, it gives you the story about the flora and fauna within the painting. I really want to collect the rest of the series. I think they're beautiful. They're slim, and you can just pick it up and peruse through a tale and a painting at a time. I just think they're beautiful. So I did have to pick that one up. Now, the other two authors, Australian authors, this one is Mary Grant Bruce. I have never read a Mary Grant Bruce book. I'm a little ashamed to say that, but I'm going to start now. These are Australian classics for young ones. This one is the beginning of this series, The Little Bushmaid by Mary Grant Bruce. It says here on the back that there's a little bushmaid, mates at Billabong, Nora of Billabong, and back to Billabong. Now, Billabong, for any of you who don't know, a Billabong is like a small pond, a waterhole here in Australia. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. I don't think it has it doesn't have any illustrations, but I'm looking forward to reading it. I really want to get through the whole series. Let's see how I go next year. Maybe that's a New Year's resolution, possibly. Okay, now the other, which is an absolute classic, and I have read, and probably most of you have read it. I don't know, but if you haven't, again, please do. And I'll tell the story first. Ethel Turner's 7 Little Australians. It is a classic. Now, I think it was the 70s, there was an Australian TV production of 7 Little Australians, but nothing beats the books, I think. I'll just give you a little rundown on the back here. It says, without doubt, Judy was the worst of the 7, probably because she was the cleverest. This is about 7 children in a family, the Walcotts. It goes on to say, her father, Captain Walcott, found his vivacious, cheeky daughter impossible, but 7 children were really too much for him, and most of the time they ran wild at their rambling riverside home, misrule. So this is just about, or not just about, it is about 7 little Australians in a family, 7 little children, and their adventures. So I'm looking forward to rereading this, and possibly I may even try to see if I can maybe Google or YouTube the TV production. That might be something I will do later. The other one by Ethel Turner, which I haven't read, is The Little Larrikin. Now, this is also a classic. She's an Australian writer with Australian tales. This one, I think, is set in the Blue Mountains. Let me have a look. They live in, the Caruthers lived in Balcombe Street, 5 brothers, Roger the eldest, and Lol, the little larrikin, the youngest. Bereft of father and mother, upon Roger devolved the onerous responsibilities of the entire family, whilst he was yet a struggling and impecunious barrister. The story is, of course, mainly concerned with Lol, his whimsical ways and mischievous pranks. At times, he drove Roger almost to distraction, but Lol always came out on top, winning all hearts and providing Ethel Turner with the subject for one of her most captivating stories. So I'm looking forward to reading that. So they are the books I picked up from Fusspots at Inglewood. Again, look, if you buy new books or if you buy secondhand, it's still supporting local, or in our case, Australian booksellers. It's really important. We have to keep the book industry alive one way or another, and Australian businesses, I think, too, which is so important. And this is one of the aspects that I want this channel to really support and delve into. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is I am taking a break over Christmas. The 24th will be the last video for this year, and the 24th will be the book opening for our book advent calendar, for the last book in that advent calendar. I will be taking a break for a couple of weeks, just to rejuvenate, refresh, and also learn a little bit more about camera and editing, and planning where our trips are for next year. I have some plans, and I'm hoping some really good, interesting, exciting plans for you all next year. So that said, I will probably be back either mid to late January. It will depend on how involved I get in the planning and how quickly I can get out there to film for you and show you Australia and more of the bookshops. So that's it for today. There are more videos coming up until the 24th, so please do. If you like any of these videos, if you're interested or they create an interest in you in any way, please do like and subscribe. It does help the channel and ultimately it helps me. I'm hoping that I can continue this channel for years to come and give you more and more exciting and interesting content. But that's it for now until the next video, which is tomorrow, and for the book advent calendar. I wish you well. I hope that you're happy and healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.